Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here today and talk to you a little bit about some energy hacks that I use myself and that can help you if you find that you're feeling tired on a daily basis, or occasionally you just get in a funk and you need an energy boost. So here's 7 quick things, fairly quick things that you can implement into your day to get more energy. Okay, so, and actually energy was, I pulled my Mama Recharge community, and energy seemed to be the top complaint of moms. And also I wanted to focus on this too, because if you are wanting to eat cleaner, like live a healthier lifestyle in general, eat cleaner, exercise a little bit, it's so hard if you are if you're feeling tired. And I find this myself, if I've got certain days where I'm just like, I didn't get enough sleep, or for some reason I'm just so tired, I don't want to eat a salad or a green smoothie. I just want to have like carbs, and that's a natural mechanism that, or that's something that our body naturally craves when we're tired and low energy. I don't want to exercise. I just want to eat what's convenient. So this is something to look at first, and these are quick things that you can implement. There might also be other reasons why you have low energy, especially if it's on a daily basis. And I'm going to do a part 2 of this video series and talk a little bit more about the deeper issues, why you might be feeling tired, things that take a little bit more work, but can end up in like lifelong changes and a lot more energy. So for today, I want to tell you about the quick things that I like to do to get more energy. And most of them are actually all just the start of your day, within the first hour of your day. Okay, so I will start with an easy one, which is drinking water. In particular, first thing in the morning when you wake up, if you can get into the habit of having a big glass of water, that can make a big difference. It can boost your metabolism and can just kind of get everything going. And most of us are chronically dehydrated and we don't really even realize it because we go day in and day out like that. So drinking more water throughout the day can really help if you focus on that. But the biggest thing I want you to do is to get into the habit of first thing upon waking, because you have no food in your stomach. It absorbs way better first thing in the morning. So that's number 1 for more energy. Number 2 is getting enough sleep. And so this one, the rest of them are a little bit quicker things. I know getting enough sleep is easier said than done, especially if you've got little ones. And sometimes you just can't even really help that too much unless you get naps in and all that. But for the most part, I want you to really focus on getting more sleep. And if that means generally the best thing would be to try to get to bed earlier. And I know after a busy day, the kids are in bed, you just kind of want to like sit, scroll Facebook, watch Netflix. But if you can shorten that up, or just have that for like a couple nights a week where you do that. And if you can get to bed earlier, so I recommend slowly transitioning earlier. Like if you're used to going to bed at 11, don't just all of a sudden try to go to bed at 9:30. If you can just slowly transition, kind of how you would with a baby. And there's a few different things if you find that it's just you just can't go to sleep earlier. There's a few things that can help. So one is that transition earlier, the slow transition. Another one is watch your screen time before bed. So computers, iPhones, TVs, they all emit quite a bit of blue light, which your body confuses that for sunlight. And that can really mess up your circadian rhythm and your melatonin production. So a few hours before bed, naturally your melatonin production should increase. But when you are looking at screens, then that disrupts that. So that can make it harder to fall asleep, and it also can create poor sleep throughout the night. So you want that melatonin production to be better. So start with, even if it's just half an hour at first, to get rid of screen time, and work up to like an hour or even 2 hours. There are a few little things you could do. There's I think it's still available. It's an app and it's called Flux, Flux. And I used to have it on my computer, and it would make it sort of like a more of an orangey color. So it would get rid of some of that blue light. So you can do that. There's also blue light blocker glasses that you can do if you feel like you have to be on the computer just before bed. That can help to limit the blue light. Other things, you can just try to get into the habit of maybe reading for half an hour, an hour before bed, or even just like listening to a podcast where you're not looking at a screen. Those are things. So, and also the sleep routine is important too. And again, just like you would do with your children, you kind of try to have a sleep routine, and that gets your body into the mode to want to fall asleep. Another one is to help you fall asleep better is magnesium supplementation. And I like there's a few different kinds. Natural Calm is a really good one because it tastes good, and you just put like I think it's like a teaspoon in warm water, so it's almost like a tea, and that naturally helps to relax your body, the magnesium. And a bonus to that too is that most of us are low or deficient in magnesium, so it helps with that. Just watch, if you have too much magnesium, it can cause loose stools. So that if you start to notice that, that's kind of your threshold that you want to slow it down. And you could also do a magnesium calcium combo to balance that. But I'd recommend, if you want to look into, or if you want to start doing that, I'd recommend that the Natural Calm, it's called, magnesium powder, and see how you do with that. So that all pertains to getting more sleep for more energy. So that's probably the biggest one. It's not the easiest one, but that's one of the biggest ones, is getting more sleep. And instead of sleeping in, because I have a few different things that I like you to do in the morning to get more energy. So I really encourage, again, trying to go to bed earlier and then having that more relaxed morning time, so you can maybe even get up slightly earlier, but you still have gotten a good amount of sleep. Okay, so I'll go to number 3 for my top energy hacks. Number 3 is a low carb breakfast. And I've spoke a little bit about this on my Facebook page. And before I forget to, I've done up a PDF, a download, and it includes my 3 favorite low carb breakfasts. These are the breakfasts that I eat throughout the year. It's pretty much just these 3 breakfasts are my favorites, and it gives me stable energy throughout the day. So I'll link that right after the video. I'll link that into the comments, and you can find that there along with the blog post on this topic. So watch for that afterwards. Okay, so a low carb breakfast. A lot of the general breakfasts that a lot of people have are maybe toast and peanut butter, or toast and honey, cereal, even oatmeal, even like a low-fat yogurt, even if it has fruit with it. So all of those breakfasts are higher carb. Some of them are high sugar, high carb. And the problem with that is that you eat them and your blood sugar spikes fairly quickly. And then fairly soon after that, you'll get a drop. So a drop in blood sugar, and which means a drop in energy. So you might notice, so if you eat breakfast similar to that, you might notice you go to work, you're feeling okay, and then maybe like 10 o'clock, you just all of a sudden are just tired, you're craving another cup of coffee, maybe you're craving a donut or any type of carbs or sugar. Then that might be that you've got some blood sugar issues that started right from the start of your day. So to prevent that blood sugar spike and drop, and actually the problem with starting like that is that your day just continues, the blood sugars spike and drop. So when you have that drop, like I said, maybe 10 o'clock, then you might have something with sugar in it or carbs, or because that's what your body naturally craves, so that it can get back into, so let's say this is your balance point of your blood sugar. So you've got that, the morning you started with your carb-rich breakfast, so you got that spike, and then you've got that drop. So your body naturally wants to bring it back up to balance or homeostasis. And so it causes you to crave sugar, maybe coffee, some sort of refined carbohydrates. just to get your energy back. So then you do that, and then you get that spike and then drop, and it's just kind of a cycle throughout the day. So the way to prevent that is by starting first thing in the morning, because overnight it acts almost like a reset with your blood sugar. When you've fasted all night, you haven't ate all night. So you can kind of start from square one in the morning. So if you start that with a low carb, higher fat, higher protein breakfast, then that's best. And so I encourage that. You could do that throughout the day too, to try to watch your carbs. And some people do really well with that, but especially in the morning. So if I'm going to have carbs, then I save it for, I might have a little bit at lunch, and then I might have more in the evening. And this is sort of counter to what we used to know. But there's a few reasons for it. With the blood sugar issue is one, and there's also adrenal issues is another. So this is beneficial, and it works for a few different reasons. And I won't go into detail with that right now. But low carb breakfast. So you want something like eggs, avocado. If you have a smoothie, I've got a smoothie recipe that I'll link in that PDF download. You want it to be berries. Limit the banana in it, or even omit it altogether, but you want berries for your fruit. You don't want a ton of high sugar fruits in it. You want to make sure that you've got some fat and protein. So again, like avocado or coconut milk or flaxseed, chia seed. So fat and protein you want to include. Maybe a protein powder in the morning is good. Hemp seeds is a good natural source of protein. And then there's things like a breakfast skillet that I talk about or that I share with you in the PDF. So have a look at that at the end of the Facebook Live. I'll post that there. And so the first one for top energy hacks is a B complex vitamin. So there's so many people are deficient in B12, and I don't think it's generally tested too often at your doctor's office. So you could recommend, or you could request that your doctor test that for you. There's a lot of people notice that once they take that supplement, it's increased energy right away. And so generally the biggest problem is B12 that we're low in. And but B12 is best taken as a B complex vitamin and not just B12 on its own. So look at that, but talk to your doctor first and make sure that's something that works for you. What else did I want to say on that? B12, you can get it through diet as well, mainly through meat consumption, but there are a lot of men that are low on B12 that consume a lot of meat. And part of that too, I won't go into too much detail because this could really get off track, but our gut bacteria balance, if you are low in good gut bacteria, then you aren't utilizing that B12, or it's not converting into your body well. So that's another area. We'll talk about that in my follow-up video on the energy hacks. But so yeah, number 4 was a B complex vitamin. And number 5 is movement in the morning. So for me, what I find, if I can get into the habit every day, or I have gotten into the habit for almost every day, I'll get up and I will take a walk outside. Sometimes it'll be a jog, but at least if I get a walk and at least 20 minutes in, it's probably a combo effect with that, where it's the sunlight, the fresh air, and the movement. And it's also like relaxing. I can calm my mind. So I recommend whatever you enjoy most. I don't want you to wake up and to be dreading like, oh, I have to exercise. So try to find something that you enjoy, whether it's walking or jogging, or maybe even like even just a 10-minute high intensity interval training workout on YouTube, or even if that's 5 minutes of doing your stairs, running up and down the stairs in the morning, just to get the heart rate up. That can be huge for energy. And the next one is number 6 for top energy hacks is expose yourself to light, to natural sunlight. And that kind of goes with my number 5, where I love to get outside. I notice just such a huge difference. If I can get outside, if the sun's shining, get outside for a morning walk, it makes a big difference. So if you can do that, that's good. Even if it's just a few minutes, get outside. If you can't, there's a few things that could help. Make sure you open up your windows if you're having your breakfast. close to the window with the sun shining in, that can help. If it's a gloomy day, even getting outside on a gloomy day like that, even though it seems dark outside when it's gloomy, getting outside and seeing that light is a lot brighter. The spectrum is a lot better than your indoor lighting. So even though it seems like you're not getting sunlight, that can still help. If you can't get outside, especially in the cold winter months, there's blue light therapy, and you can get them. They can get pretty expensive, but I think you can get cheaper ones, maybe $50 blue lights, which is nice in the winter time. I do try to still stay in the habit of getting outside because I notice that it is such a huge energy boost for me. So I'll just bundle up, even if it's -25, especially if it's sunny out and not too windy, then I'll get outside and just get that sunlight. And that can really boost your mood too. So there's that. And then the last one, energy hack, and this is a really quick and easy one. It is, so when you have your morning shower, have a normal morning shower, and then at the end, if you can turn the dial to cold as it will go, and try to do at least 20 seconds. And you want it to the water to hit your forehead and hit your chest. So yeah, do at least start with 20 seconds if you can, and go up to 30, 40 seconds, or even up to a minute if you can. And that just gets the blood flowing. It's energizing. It actually can boost your metabolism too. So that makes a big difference. And at first it seems really tough and uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the longer you can go, and it actually starts to feel nice. It's just refreshing. So yeah, work on that, and it's tough at first, but it'll get easier. So those are my 7 top. Maybe I'll go through them really quick again. So number 1 is drink more water, a big glass of water first thing in the morning. Number 2 is get more sleep. Number 3 is a low carb breakfast. Number 4 is a B complex vitamin. Number 5 is movement. Number 6 is expose yourself to light. And actually, a little point on that is you don't have to have your skin exposed to light to get those benefits. Just your eyes getting that spectrum of lighting in produces hormones to get your circadian rhythm in balance and to get that energy. So even in the winter, if everything's covered up but your eyes, then it still works. Okay, so number 6 was light, and number 7 is a shower with a cold shot at the end. And actually, another quick little tip too, maybe I'll talk about it more in the next one, but if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're a work-at-home mom, and it's so easy. So I think there are a lot of moms here that maybe are on maternity leave or stay-at-home moms, and it can be so easy to just kind of stay in your pajamas, have your messy hair, and not put makeup on. Like if you're not going out, why do that? But I've noticed that if I am in kind of a funk, I've got low energy, if I just get dressed, put on some makeup, fix up my hair, then instantly I've got more energy. Because if you're feeling like you're in a funk and you look in the mirror and you look tired, then you're gonna feel that even more. But if you look more refreshed, then it changes things. So that's a mental thing, but I find that really helps. And okay, so watch for the next, likely next week, I'll do part 2 of this, where if you are feeling just drained on a daily basis, low energy, you want to be able to have a healthier lifestyle, but it's just so tough because you're just so tired, then I encourage you to watch that. It'll be a Facebook Live plus a blog post where we dive deeper into the main reasons why you're tired. And I'll point you in the right direction on how to get working on those. And so lastly, I will mention again that watch in the comments section for the recipes that I talked about. Low carb breakfast, I've got 3 different recipes there, and just sort of a cheat sheet on your quick energy hacks. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.